Hi everyone, it's Niamh here and welcome to my art journaling channel. Today we're going to be rescuing a messy background in our journals using some of the new release from Dina Wakley. So this is a use it up page I had in my journal. You can see I've sort of sponged off some background stencils from doing on the other page, and it was just a real mess, so I decided to go with it and add some more. So I've sprayed on the stars using the new Tangelo spray, and I was trying to spray some other ones but they weren't working very well, so I've got some yellow going on, and I think I put on some red as well. I'm just wiping off the extra yellow off the Tangelo. The good thing about the gloss sprays are once they've seeped into the page, they seal the page, so it gives an impression of, it gives a resist, sorry. I had this idea that I was going to do some figures on this page, so I wanted to put in something to ground the figures, and because we had the new green, which is called fur, I decided that I would use that as a bit of ground at the bottom. So you can see I've got the new chipboard shapes here, and I'm just sort of laying them out to see what I like. Now this is a really great way to use messy backgrounds, because what you're doing is reducing the chaos on the page somewhat. So if you've got something that is very, very busy and you want to make it a focus but reduce the noise, I suppose, on the page, you can do something like this, which is called redactive painting. And basically you're painting out everything that you don't want to see. So once I lift those chipboard shapes, I'm going to get this beautiful, bright, interesting painted background that looks, completely different from that very calm background that I've got with the blues there. So you can sort of see them peeking out from behind. So you can see now that, I've completely reduced down that background, and it starts to make a little bit more sense. And when I was looking at these, I suppose because I painted the night sky as well, it reminded me like they've sort of got a galaxy within them. It's got all this brightness inside them. Even though it's sort of dark and moody outside, there's all this brightness inside, which I kind of like the metaphor of that. And it was very accidental, because as I began this, I had absolutely no idea where this page was going. So in the background, sort of to add that shimmery night sky, I decided to splash on some of my gloss spray. So I had white, lemon and the new Tangelo. And I'm just patting off the background as well. And then I'm putting in, because I thought, I might have some flowers down the bottom. So I've got some of the new rouge to put some flowers down the bottom. I then decided I actually wanted a little bit of metallic. So I'm getting out my metallic paint, I think. Just have a look at the bottle as it comes through. No, I've got white ink, and I think I'll get my gold ink out as well. The reason I've poured, instead of doing it straight from the bottle and poured it into the little palette, is I prefer, to get fine splatter, I prefer to use my fan brush. And you can see the difference with the just going straight from the gloss spray stem. It's quite blobby, which is good, but sort of to get stars and so on in the background, I wanted to have some fine splatters as well. And I find I have more control when I use a fan brush. I know everyone's got their own way of making splatters, but for me, I prefer using a fan brush. So just to really outline my figures, I'm going in with a white pen and just being really sketchy around the outsides, just to sort of push them out into the foreground a little bit from the background. So once I'd done this, I really liked it, and I decided to put a quote on the page. And I looked up on Pinterest a quote about stardust, and I think it ended up being, in the end, we're all made of stardust and love, which I really loved, and I think it sort of captured the page really nicely as well, and what I was thinking as I went along. So it is funny though, because when I first started off on this page, I didn't know where this page was going, but if you ever get really stuck with a messy background, try reducing the background. So putting a mask over, whether it's chipboard like I used here, or it could be a magazine image, Or it could be as simple as sort of painting circles onto the page, or painting the background of circles. It's just enough to make a focus of your background and to make it more restful for your eye, seeing everything else in the background. So I'm just adding a little bit of shadow around the edges. I decided I didn't really want to go with black, so I used a dark navy with an ink tense pencil and just wet it with my paintbrush just to sort of water it down a little bit. And then I just went over my quote to make sure it really stood out from the background. So I hope you have a go at doing this. I'm sure some of you have got some messy backgrounds that you're not sure what to do with, so have a go at maybe trying this technique. Hopefully it works for you as well. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye for now.